The message arrived while I was standing in line for coffee, staring at the back of someone's coat and thinking about nothing in particular. You're not needed at my birthday. Goodbye, loser, no greeting. No build-up. Just the sentence, dropped into the family group chat like it had been waiting for the right moment. A second later, my mother reacted with a heart. My father typed, "No one wants to see you." I didn't reply right away. I'd learned that speed mattered. Respond too fast and you look desperate. Respond too slow and they accused you of sulking. There was a narrow middle space where you could pretend you weren't affected. For years, I lived in that space. I typed, deleted, typed again. Finally, I wrote, "Fine, I'll send a surprise gift." A laughing emoji appeared. Then another. Someone posted a GF. The conversation drifted into plans for cake and drinks, jokes at my expense sliding in between logistics. I watched it like a live broadcast from a room I wasn't allowed to enter. That night, my phone stayed face down on the table. I knew better than to keep checking. I'd already seen enough. What they didn't know, what they never bothered to ask, was that I had spent the last 6 months handling something my parents no longer wanted to touch. After my grandfather died, the paperwork fell to me. My brother said he was too busy. My parents said it was too emotional. So the bank statements, the property filings, the insurance correspondence all came to my email. At first, I thought I was just being helpful. Then I realized no one was checking my work. No one asked questions. No one wanted updates. It turns out, when people underestimate you, they also stop supervising you. The gift I sent wasn't wrapped. It didn't come with a bow or a card. I scheduled it electronically, attached to my brother's name, timed to arrive the morning after his party. I slept badly. Not from guilt. From the familiar ache of knowing that no matter how this played out, I would still be the problem in their version of events. The next morning, my phone started buzzing before my alarm went off. Missed calls. Messages stacking on top of each other. "Why didn't you tell us? Call me." Now, I read them slowly, sitting on the edge of my bed, letting my feet touch the cold floor. The surprise gift had been a formal notification from the estate office. The trust my grandfather had set up, quietly, deliberately, had conditions. Conditions that had gone unmet for years. Transfers that were never finalized because the signatures kept getting postponed. Taxes deferred because we'll handle it later. Later had arrived. The notification didn't accuse. It didn't threaten. It simply stated that management of the remaining assets had been reassigned, effective immediately, pending review. To me. Not because I was favored, because I was the only one who had responded to emails on time. My brother's birthday party ended with laughter. His morning began with phone calls from accountants. By noon, my parents were at my door. They didn't knock the way you do when you're visiting. They knocked the way you do when you're afraid someone might not let you in. My mother went first. "We didn't know," she said, as if that absolved something. "I told you." I said it wasn't sharp, just factual.
You didn't want to hear it.
My father's anger came out sideways. "You could have warned us." I did. I said again, more than once. My brother didn't come inside. He paced the driveway, phone pressed to his ear, gesturing like the world had personally betrayed him. For the first time, I noticed how much of his confidence depended on an audience. They wanted me to fix it, to make calls, to smooth things over the way I always had. I felt the old instinct rise, the urge to prove my worth by solving their mess. Instead, I said, "I'll cooperate with the review. That's all I can do." It wasn't revenge. It wasn't a power move. It was a boundary I should have set years earlier. The review took months. There were meetings, documents, long stretches of silence. The family chat went quiet, then cautiously polite, then inactive altogether. No one apologized. Not really. But something fundamental shifted. They stopped mocking me. Not because they respected me, because they no longer understood where they stood. As for me, the biggest change wasn't financial or legal. It was internal. I stopped waiting for invitations that never came. I stopped explaining myself to people who had already decided who I was. I learned that resilience doesn't always look like rising above. Sometimes it looks like stepping aside and letting consequences do their quiet work. On my brother's next birthday, I sent nothing. And for the first time, I didn't feel the need to explain why.